What's going on, guys, and welcome to my first fantasy draft challenge for NHL 21. As you saw by the title, today we're going to be doing Thicc players only. Thicc with a triple C. Basically, not to make it sound too complicated, we're just going to be picking heavy players, so like 200 pounds plus. So for this, I think we have to use the Philadelphia Flyers. They got the thickest mascot in the league in Gritty, so the ratings here aren't going to matter. We're obviously going to be doing a fantasy draft. I was thinking about making it even higher than 200 pounds, like 210, 220, but looking throughout it, I'd say like half the league's probably under 200 pounds, and most of the best players are honestly like in the 190s. Whether it be your McDavid, your McKinnons. I think Crosby's 200 right on, so to make it slightly tougher, we're going to say that they have to be over 200 pounds, so if they are 200 right on, we cannot take them. So hopefully we can still get a decent team. And real quick, guys, I want to thank Raycon for sponsoring this video. They actually sent me a pair of their everyday E25 earbuds earlier this year, so I've had them for almost a year now, and I'm really enjoying them. Actually, early in the year when I traveled Europe, I liked them a lot on the plane as they have a nice noise isolating fit. I was able to kind of get rid of a bit of that like airplane echo you sometimes hear. They're also really nice too. If you're just taking a phone call, makes it, you know, so much easier to hear. As well with the Bluetooth, they're just super quick to connect. The case actually has 24 hours of battery life, which is good for 4 charges, as your earbuds will last 6 hours each time they're charged. Also too, you actually have all these different sizing fits for your earbuds to make sure they fit your ears perfectly. They also come in a variety of awesome colors, so they look really sharp. So whatever your guys' favorite color is, I'm sure they'll have that available to you. Now, I actually just went with the classic black, so you guys can see here. If I open it up, they'll actually light up a bit. That just shows you that they're charged. Really easy to put in your ear here. Again, they have the different sizing fits, so they should, you know, always fit in your ears snug. Shouldn't have to worry about, like, you know, them falling out or anything if you're being active. And not only do they look better, but they also sound just as good as other top audio brands you know. Also, I mentioned it before, but Snoop Dogg was actually a co-founder for these earbuds. I think it's very, very cool. So if you're looking for a great holiday gift, I highly recommend these. Not only are they something you can use every single day, but they come in around half the price of other premium wireless earbuds. And right now, there's actually a limited time offer going on that'll get you the best price of the year. All you gotta do is click the link in the description box below, or go to buyraycon.com/TacTixHD to get yourself an extra 20% off. So if you guys are interested at all, definitely go and check them out, as not only are you getting a great deal, but you're also helping to support the channel. Now, let's get back to the video. Alright guys, so we just loaded in here. We're picking number 13, but you might not believe me, so I'll just start hitting randomize. When I open my eyes, that'll be where we're picking. Honestly, I think a later pick would actually be better for this. As like I said, a bunch of the better players, your McDavid, McKinnons, are 190s, so they're at the top of the draft. We can't even pick them. And we're picking 15 there, which honestly isn't too bad, right in the middle. I'm actually not sure if I've ever picked right in the middle, so it's kind of good. We never can go like back to back, whatever, but never have a long wait, you know, basically equal weight the entire time. So Kane, Peterson, Panarin, again, all these guys I'm pretty sure under 200. Ovechkin is definitely like 230. Crosby, like I said, is 200 right on. Hedman's over 200 as well, he's a D-man. So right there you got McDavid. Draisaitl to Detroit, I would love that. Kucherov, Hedman, McKinnon, so yeah. The usual suspects there, I'd say, are rounding out to the top 14. So number 15 pick, does it have weight? It doesn't show weight here. One surprise, actually, I was looking through some players trying to decide like what weight to use. Malkin's not even 200. I thought he was a lot heavier than that. Roman Josi, you can see, is 201. So we actually could take Roman Josi. Do we take a D-man with our first pick? I mean, he might be worth it. Get number 1 defenseman. Stammer we can't take. Rantanen's 211. We could get a really good player there in Rantanen. Honestly, I think there's more good forwards than defensemen, so I think having a guy like Josi would definitely help us lead that team. Probably be the lightest player on the team there at 201. I'm thinking goalies shouldn't be too much of an issue. Guy like Johnny Gaudreau, for instance, no way we could take. Stamkos actually just got taken 2 picks before us, though. That sucks. I was thinking about taking Stammer with our first pick. Kopitar, I know, is pretty heavy. It's 224. Petrangelo's also, or he's 210. I thought that said 201. Could have him and Josi. We could just have a nasty top D pair. Could also have Carlson. Wow. Some tough decisions here. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try taking Josi and Petrangelo. So we just have a 90-90 top D pair. Hopefully I can just lock it down. If we end up getting like a low rated goalie, having such a good defense in front of him, hopefully makes up for that. Blake Wheeler, he's pretty big. He's a power forward. 225. Kind of dummy thick, I'm not going to lie. I might take Blake Wheeler here. It's either him, probably a Landeskog. Landeskog's 215. Weber, Doughty. Doughty's actually 200 right on. We can't take him. Ekman Larson, I feel. He's also 200 right on. Can't take him. So yeah, let's go Blake Wheeler. He'll be the best forward on the team. I think he's pretty solid. 34, but he's got elite potential. He should be good at least for a 1-year sim. Jonathan Toews just went. I'm not sure. Toews is probably close to 200. Do we just go defense heavy? Just kind of like have some fun. Brent Burns, 6'5", 230. He's another pretty thick boy right there. Could take him. Jared Daniels 198. We can't take him. Suter's 202. We could get Suter later on. I think, is he a defensive defenseman? He is. So we could have Burns and Suter round out the top 4. Just an insane top 4. I don't know if that's the play, but I'm just kind of leaning towards it. Both could be available, though, I think, with our next couple picks. Couture's 205. Nuge 184. I was going to say, I knew Nuge was a bit lighter. I'm going to go Couture here. Give us a first-line center that can actually, you know, handle some pretty good matchups. The next 2 picks, though, honestly, I'm thinking Burns and Suter, just because that could be just one of the best top 4s ever. They're both still there. There's a lot of forwards. So, yeah, let's go Burns, and then hopefully we can get Suter here round 6. Probably a little early on both of them, but the fact that they're both 200, they're elite players, they're kind of safer picks. And Suter's down gone, so Burns may have also been gone. So Keith, I would like a defensive defenseman. Keith's 192. Muzzin's 213. He's two-way, though, so probably go forward now. Getzlav's there. He'll be there for a while, though, I think, with that salary. I know he's pretty heavy. Pavelski, 195. Hoffman, 180. Getzlav's 223. Radulov's 201. Could round out, actually, our first line. Radulov, Couture, Wheeler. I think that's a playmaker. Ooh, I don't know what Couture is. He's a sniper or a playmaker, and then power forward. Like I said, Getzlav should be there for a bit. So let's take Radulov. His salary's not too bad, so I could see him getting taken somewhat early. I would like to get a goalie as well, sort of soon. I'm thinking like round 8, round 9. Jarmelson, I think, is a defensive defenseman. He's 197, though. Are you kidding me? Jeff Petrie is defensive, but he's right-handed. It's 208. I mean, I could get over the fact he's right-handed. Mark-Edward Vlasic, defensive defenseman, left-handed. He'd actually probably be the perfect complement to Burns on that second pair. Because of his salary, he should be there for a while. So that'll be our 4th defenseman we get. Actually, real quick, was Vlasic? Okay, he's 205. Had like short-term memory loss there. Kessel is 202. I was going to say if Kessel's not 200. That'd be the shock of the video. Getzlav would be a solid second-line center. Again, side cap's on, but it doesn't matter until after the fantasy draft, especially when you have a rule like this. It'd be kind of dumb with it. I don't know. Really, Jamie Benn is 209. Another power forward there. I like Getzlav. I'm trying to think who like Sims the best. Kessel is usually pretty good. He gives us a sniper as well. In terms of chemistry, which might not be too bad to have. So we'll go to Phil Kessel there. Might honestly go him, Couture, Wheeler first line. I'm trying to get a thing Getzlav. I'm not sure who with the next couple picks. We still need a goalie as well. Quickly here, let's take a look at those goalies. Crawford, 86, the best one available by far. 216, 86 overall, elite potential. That's a pretty big drop off there to 84s. We're going to take Crawford here, get our goalie. I said round 8 or round 9, so I'm happy with that. Again, we like a couple forwards. I think Vlasic we can wait at least a couple rounds on due to his age, due to his salary. And I think he's already gotten taken. Yeah, Vlasic is not here. That's surprising. Usually he's available a bit longer. Zdeno Chara, though. Two-way defenseman, but he's 250. He's got to be one of the heaviest guys. 6'9", 250. He's big, too. We could definitely rock Chara, I think, with Burns. So, Getzlav's still there. Jamie Benn's still there. Eric Stahl's 209. It's not a bad player either. We don't really care, though, about the salary. We care more about the age. So, Jamie Benn being 31. Jeff Skinner is 195. Okay, let's go Jamie Benn. Again, he might be there longer because of his salary, but I'm just trying to get good players that usually sim decently and are actually over 200 pounds so we can take them. Getzlav's now gone, so I think Stahl might be the pick. I'm surprised he went before Stahl. Same rating, but Stahl's got better salary there by a lot. We already got a couple power forwards now in Wheeler and Benn. Don't really need another one, I think, in Getzlav, so Stahl might be the better play. So he's 2C. I think we've got a solid top 6 in terms of the forward group. Defensively, if Chara's still there, I might take him just to be safe. And I feel like it's a thick draft. We gotta take, the biggest guy here. 700k salary as well is pretty good value there on a 43-year-old player. So we'll take Chara, maybe a little bit early, but our top 4 is so good, we don't really need to worry about the bottom pair D till probably around 15, 16. So his next 4 picks is gonna be forwards. Skinner, I know, 195. Kovalchuk's 225. That's actually, it's a bit thicker than I expected. Could have him in the top 6. He could be a middle 6 guy for us. 700k is a very good salary. He could be gone soon. So we'll take Kovalchuk there. Obviously, though, there are older, so teams might not want that. They might want a younger guy that can have on their team for longer. But I think Kovalchuk's a nice addition for our team. So we still need a couple more forwards there. Round out our top 9. Parise, could he be 195? Zuccarello, 179, 5'8". I'm pretty sure he's like 5'6" and weighs less. Hornqvist, Jordan Stahl, 220. He's actually kind of like the perfect third line center. We already have Eric. Let's go Jordan here. I bet you we could probably pick up Mark Stahl too with our last pick if we really wanted to. Just get all 3 Stahl brothers. That'd be kind of cool. So we just need a forward now, I think. Round out the top 9. Koivu's not bad. He's 215. I'm looking at it. Like, we might as well, I think, get Mikko Koivu. Thornton, 220. Can probably get him for the 4th line center role, as he's usually available quite a while. But I just noticed Dustin Byfuglien's here. Talking about thick players. Before Byfuglien took his break from the NHL, he was probably the thickest player in the league. 6'5", 260. I mean, he's thick. So I think we got to take Byfuglien here again for the video, for the culture. So we only need one more defenseman. I'm thinking last pick, we go Mark Stahl. We'd actually have 3 lefties and 3 righties at that point. So we'll see if Mikko Koivu's still there. He is. Could be 3rd line center, 3rd line winger, 4th line center. We actually have a lot of options with him. I think it's better to have too many centers than not enough. Sometimes in the fantasy draft, I end up just having like too many wingers. Got to move one to center. Backup goalie, I just thought about. I don't think it should be an issue yet. Oh no, lots of 83s and stuff. So I want to take Mark Stahl for fun with our last pick. He should still be there. Joe Thornton, Nick Foligno might be a slightly better pick. Defensive awareness there. I mean, maybe a tad better. Skating-wise, a bit better. I think for a bottom 6 role, I like Foligno a lot. Derek Brassard, 204. Brassard's not that bad either. And we actually need 2 more forwards. So I'm thinking if we can get 2 of these 3, and then Stahl at D, and best backup goalie available. Who do I like here? I think Foligno. He can also play center for us. I think he's got the best two-way stats, which is obviously more important, I think, for the bottom 6. Thornton Brassard might still be there for a bit. I honestly might go backup goalie next here. Brassard's gone. Never mind. Thornton. Actually, guys, apparently I can't do math. We need 2 more forwards still, not 1. So before I take Joe Thornton, I'm actually going to take Dustin Brown. He's another pretty thick player. There's 6 foot, 216. He's also a grinder. Kind of gives us a bit more chemistry options in that bottom 6. I think he'll fit that role quite nice. So I'm thinking next pick will either be Thornton or the backup goalie. Again, Stahl will be the last pick. Hopefully this works out. Thornton's still there. Let's just take him. Let's take Jumbo Joe. I mean, his name's literally Jumbo Joe. I think he's got to be on our thick team. And then the 19th pick will go backup goalie. If Rene's still there, that'd be a steal at 19. I don't know how he could still be there. Like, what are computer teams doing? He's still there. So is Lundqvist. I mean, they're old, but 6'5", 217, 6'1", 180. We actually can't take Lundqvist. Jonathan Quick we could take. Mike Smith. Then they start to get worse, though. So Rene's like 6'5". He's probably not as thick as Quick, but he's kind of a big goalie. So I think this team turned out a lot better than I expected. We're actually kind of like doing a bad pick here, taking Mark Stahl with our last one. But again, just to have all 3 Stahl brothers, I think would be kind of cool. I think he's 78 overall, so there's no way he's gotten taken yet. He's also got a terrible contract. He might not even get taken, honestly. We could get him as a free agent, but there he is, Mark Stahl. Jordy Ben's there too, so we could have the Ben brothers, but I think all 3 Stahls a little bit cooler. So just in the rest of the draft, guys, look at the results here. We actually got some decent prospects. Jarvis, Smith, Grew, Berggren. Like, kind of surprised, honestly, we were able to build like a really good team and still, you know, add some nice prospects. And next year, guys, like, if you look at the roster, not gonna lie, our chemistry bonuses are kind of crazy. So I have big expectations for this team. As you can see there, first line, you got Phil Kessel, Eric Stahl, Blake Wheeler getting a +5. So that's huge. Playing like a 93, 90, 90. They better go off for us. You got Jamie Benn, Couture, Radulov on the second line getting a +1. So Radulov, Ben reunited. You got Thornton on the wing there with Koivu and Kovalchuk in a +1. And you got Brown, Stahl, Foligno. It's got to be probably the best 4th line in NHL. Getting a 0 boost, but again, very solid 2-way players. Defensively as well, Yossi Burns, top pair, getting a +3. We have Pietrangelo, Byfuglien, 0 boost, but still a pretty solid second pair with Pietrangelo a 90. Then you got Stalchuk getting a +3, which makes the bottom pair even better. We could, switch it up. I could do something like this. They each get a +1, but I figured, making Stahl a bit better is probably more important. And Pietrangelo, 90 or 91. Doesn't really matter. Also there, it could have basically +1 across the board, but I think, 3 +1s is a total of +3, or you could have 2 +3, which equals +6. Goaltending-wise, of course, Crawford, their starter, Rene backing him up. Special teams here, first unit gets a +3, Kessel, Couture, Wheeler, Yossi, Burns. Second unit there also gets a +1. The 4-man power play there. not too bad. The PK is also pretty solid. The 3-man actually getting -1 on each. Couldn't get away from that essentially. Decided to go just our best defensive players and hope they can still play well. Now for captaincy, I'll show you guys right now. I decided to just go with the heaviest players. So Dustin Bufflin's going to be wearing the C's, 260 pounds. And then Char's the second heaviest, 250, followed by Burns, 230. After that, I think there was a couple guys, both forwards actually, 225. Wheeler there, as well as Kovalchuk. Honestly, was kind of surprised to see Kovalchuk weighed that much, but if you guys go through, obviously, I made sure after I did the draft, I didn't make any mistakes, and if you look throughout, every single guy here is over 200 pounds, so in case anyone thought I might have cheated or something, and as I was saying, you can see there, Bufflin's wearing the C, Burns and Char are the 2 A's, and next year we'll take a look at the offense, defense, and goaltending ratings for this team. I feel like defense might be one of the highest ones I've ever had from Fantasy Draft. Offense should also still be pretty solid. So 94 offense, 93 defense, 87 goaltending. Like, it's a very solid team. I think that's Roman Josi there being shown. So we'll see how this team does in a sim. Like I said, high expectations going into it. And with the chemistry bonuses we're getting, my expectations are even higher now. So let's see how they do. We're getting close to the trade deadline now, guys. Carolina just offered us to know for a couple second rounders. Obviously, with these, I don't really like to make trades. I'm curious if we could even do it if he's even like 200 plus. He's 195, yeah. So we couldn't even make that trade and still be, with our thick team. Really good season so far, as you can see. McQuaid, I feel like doesn't really improve our D if we want to keep, the Stahl brothers. Back-to-back 4-1 wins against Red Wings. Chris Russell, I feel like we already have enough guys blocking shots. You can see there with 39, 19, and 2. Of course, when I start commentating, back-to-back losses, at least we win against the Penguins there. So we're 40, 20, and 2 at the deadline. We have 82 points, which is really impressive. The Oilers are at 81. Avalanche leading the Central with 72. Canadians 81. So yeah, we are. I think we're first in the division. We should be. Yeah, we are first. Rangers there second with 76. Phil Kessel's going off. I love to see that. I love that in like the Thicc players video. Phil Kessel is our leading scorer. 83 points in 62 games. He's got 40 goals, 43 assists. That is awesome to see. So I'm not gonna make any trades. We'll just sim by the trade deadline, but I will see if any big trades go down. Hypothetically, we'd be a buyer. Obviously, we're pretty good, but I am going to continue simming. If any big trades do happen, they should pop up. Obviously, we don't really know who's on what team right now, as it is a fancy draft. So be curious to see, and doesn't look like anything happened. Nothing notification worthy, apparently. That's kind of disappointing. And something this season here, guys, we have a 55, 22, and 5 record. Pretty good looking record, honestly. 5-5-2-2-5. So we're at 115 points. I think we have a pretty good shot at the President's Trophy. Phil Kessel there, Phil the Thrill, 2-time Stanley Cup champion, 109 points in 82 games, put up 52 goals, 57 assists. I love that. I absolutely love it. And we did win the President's Trophy. The next best team, I think, was the Oilers, 108, or they tied there with the Canadians, also at 108. So pretty good year here from the Thicc boys. We'll see just how everyone did. I'm honestly so happy with Phil. Eric Stahl, 36 years old, career year, I think, 104 points. I'm actually curious, has he ever had over 100 points in his career? If he did, it would have been back in like 06 in his prime. 82, we had 100 right on in 05, 06. I was close there with my guess, but never 104. So yeah, his best season of his career at 36 years old. Blake Wheeler put up 90, Couture 69, nice. Brent Burns 56, Radulov 62, okay. So I mean, Kovalchuk 57 at 37 years old. Jamie Benn, Josi, Pietrangelo, and Josi had the same amount actually. This team, this is a pretty solid team here from this fancy draft. Corey Crawford, really nice record, a .915 to 2.47. It's a really good save percentage and goals against. Maybe outside shot the Vezina. Rene there, just shy of a .9. 2.71 goals against, though, isn't too bad. I'd say probably due to how good the team was in front of him. So I'll take a look here and see what scoring looked like for the entire league. I feel like Phil's got a chance. If he wins the Rush Trophy, I'm going to freak out a little bit. Oh, Patty Kane. 116. He had to steal it from him. Tyler Seguin, 115. I was going to say maybe Phil has the most for 200 plus pound players, but Seguin's 201. Malkin, 113. Tarasenko's pretty thick. He's 225. I think there was like a pic floating around a while ago. It showed just how thick Tarasenko is. Kessel there, 109. So still, though, he finished 5th in scoring. Not too bad. Actually, a lot of guys there over 100 points per game. Quickly want to take a look at the defensemen. Ekblad had a point per game for Columbus. I think that's the most points I've ever seen Ekblad get, so good for him. Maybe, I don't know, he just thrives more in Columbus for some reason than Florida Panthers. For whatever reason, I honestly can't think of one. So obviously we know we finished 1st place there. Goals for, I'm curious. We were 2nd. Goals against, we were the best, 211. We actually had 33 less, the next two best in Anaheim and Colorado. So, yeah, a very, very good season for this team. Nashville, I was about to go and see who got last. Nashville 64. I did see they fired their head coach. Obviously, though, it's a fancy draft, so that doesn't really have much weight seeing who got last. New York Rangers kind of get screwed there, finish 16th, but miss out on a playoff spot. So we'll definitely have to take a look at the lines of the team we're playing. As with a fancy draft, we really have no idea what to expect. So it's the New Jersey Devils here. Hopefully can keep our regular season success rolling into the first round. Quick look there at the Ducks. They had Aho and Schwartz. So the Devils here, Ovechkin. All right, so that's already a player. Zibanejad, DeBrincat. That's basically 3 snipers on the first line. Zibanejad should be a sniper, not two-way. Although, no, he's got decent two-way still. Forwards are pretty good. Like, everyone's 80 plus, but Sherwood. Defense is really lack. Defense, not even close to ours. Binnington's a solid goalie. Honestly, in terms of their defense, Dumoulin, Polak, our bottom pair, I think, with the chemistry boost, basically as good as that, if not better, because we have an 81 and 87. So we should win this, but obviously you never want to get too cocky with how fluky, luck-based the playoff sim is. We're going to have home ice advantage throughout the playoffs, which is nice as well. 4-2 win there in game 1, 3-2 loss. Hopefully can pick up at least 1 win here in New Jersey. 3-0 win, so big shout out there for Corey Crawford, who's actually now on the Devils. 6-2 loss there in game 4. Are you kidding me? So Devils have us tied up here, 2-2. Oh, yikes. Game 5 is a 4-1 loss. If we lose, okay, we have like game 7. I'm gonna sim this one period by period. We have to beat the Devils. They have Ovechkin. They have a first line, and that's about it. And it's not even the first line getting it done. Palmieri and Rust. Okay, we actually have a chance here. Down 1, we have power play. Come on, boys. Jake Bean. That's not a good sign. We're down 2. Outshooting them by a little bit, but it doesn't seem to matter. Maybe Jordan Binnington just going God mode like the 2019 playoffs. Connor, that's pretty much going to be all she wrote, I think. Well, I'll sim the rest. Yeah, 5-1. He actually has an empty netter. So, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to think. Maybe the Thicc players are really good during the regular season, but plum playoff time, their endurance just runs out. They played too much hockey. They got to work on their cardio, I guess. Because how can you be that dominant during the regular season and then just get beaten in the first round by a Devils team that looked like that? Look at this, guys. Ottawa's picking first overall in the draft. They're actually jumping up from 3 to 1. Columbus there picking second. Big jump from 9. Chicago third. And just like real life, Tampa Bay there takes home the Stanley Cup. So that's kind of cool, actually, that even in a fantasy draft, they still find a way to win the Cup. And Couture is actually our leading scorer in the playoffs, 8 points in 7 games. Couture is always a beast in the playoffs in real life, so cool to see him, continue that in game. So Tampa beat Boston in 6, Canadiens in 5, Devils in 7. Devils went all the way to the Eastern Conference Final. Then they beat the Jets there in 6. So good for Tampa Bay. We'll take a look at the awards next here. So Stanley Cup, of course, Tampa. We got the presents. We got at least 1 piece of hardware. We already know those. Individual, Kane gets the Art Ross. Sagan, though, got the heart. Ekblad, James Norris, makes sense. Kane, Lady Bing, Lafreniere, Calder on the Vegas Golden Knights. Duncan Keith got the Conn Smythe for Tampa. That's a pretty good season for him, like 35 years old, picking up the Conn Smythe. Corey Crawford did win the Vezina, so that's awesome. He also got to William Jennings, right, because we had the lowest goals against. So a couple more pieces of hardware there from our goalie. Jarmelson, Bill Masterton, the Carolina coach Jack Adams. In a fantasy draft, I feel like that's got to be based on just probably overall, maybe team stats or whatever, because, clean slate, right? Riley still gets a Selke even when playing for Arizona. Sagan also got Ted Lindsay, and then you also got the Maurice Richard. I didn't even actually check, but Sagan did have the most goals there. So not too bad. We had the best goalies. We won the President's Trophy. Vezina, William Jennings. I'll take it. Phil Kessel finishing the season with 109 points has to be the highlight for me. Also, I see he's actually 89 overall now, which is pretty sick. Like, him jumping 4 overall in 1 year is pretty nuts. Eric Stahl's 36. Also jumped 4 overall from 85 to 89. Wheeler there's a 90 now too. So that whole first line was just buzzing. I want to see Kessel in the playoffs. 4 points in 7 games. He definitely slowed down for us. A -4. Can't have that. It was actually the second line kind of carrying the team during those playoffs. I've actually boosted Couture's poise to 90 to try to help him be a playoff player, because I think he's got like top 5 playoff scoring over the past 5 years or something like that. So that was kind of cool to see. But that's me, guys, for this one. I had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully you guys did too. If you enjoyed this, leave a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions for future fantasy draft challenge videos, leave them in the comment section below. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that. Have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.